folks, welcome back to the lab. So just a quick little video here, and maybe I won't even publish this, but I have somebody coming to look at a traffic guard that I had listed for sale, and since I had listed that, I have acquired a couple more traffic guards. So I want to clean up a couple to take along. I asked him if he may be a bit interested in other ones, and he said yes. So I'm just going to do a quick cleanup on here, and just in case, oh good, that comes off, okay. So I haven't checked this one out. This one has been waiting to get done as a project, but I haven't looked it over at all. So we're gonna do so and make sure it's in working order. It's got something all over it, kind of something. We'll wash that off. It's in good shape, no cracks or chips or anything on that beautiful number 40 glass. All right, so okay, no wick in there. It could be in the tank. We'll look and see. It is. It is in the tank, and it looks like it's got fuel on it. It's wet. There you go. Cool. So the inside tank looks great. Yep, and it's got fresh fluid on it. Great. Okay, let me find something. Put that on, get that out of the way, since it is fuel-y. Okay, I could probably get a lot of this, just this grime off. Maybe some acetone. Clean it up, get some of this oily junk off. Let's see. Jeez, taking the paint off. That's crazy. I had no idea that was going to take the paint off. Holy crap. See, I learned something. That's why I'm glad I'm videotaping this. So that just tells me right there that I'm going to publish this video, because it's important, I think, to share your mistakes. Therefore, they're your mistakes, and other people don't have to make them by doing dumb shit like that. Okay, so no more acetone for this. Amazingly, that paint just came right off, and it does not do that. That's weird. I should be able to scrub this paint with acetone, but I'm not going to take a chance. Okay. Well, it got the grime off, didn't it? Yeah. All right. So, maybe I'll just do some 409, and then I will I'll hit it with a nylon bit. Just to clean up some of the grime. This has got a lot of griminess from fuel and dirt and things. So put some 409 on here, let it work its way in, and we'll wipe it off, and then we'll oh, good way to clean my cutting board too. Yeah, we'll let that soak a little bit. Cutting board gets pretty beat up after a couple of crazy projects. All right. It's good. As I'm playing with it with my hands. I'm helping get some of the dirt off, so that's good. All right. Let me get the big lumps off this stuff, and then I will wipe down the table here. All right. Okay, so we got this cleaned off, wiped down, and I can see this paint is a little delicate, so I'm going to only very lightly steel wool it, get the burrs off the thing, and then I'll throw some oil on it, treat it, and I steel wooled the handle or the bail here, and so yeah, I mean this one, it looks fine the way it is. I just don't want to compromise this paint any further. So I'm just going to get the burrs off it, very light pressure on the steel wool. You can see there's just a little bit of kind of a cloudy sheen returning to the surface of the highly weathered red paint. Got to make sure you get all your metal shavings up before you go on to any other steps in your lantern, because this stuff will get mixed right in with the oil that you're treating it with, and that's just the absolute opposite of what you want to do by by oiling it. All right, so let's see. I want to make sure we get all that. And when you steel wool, you want to make sure that your lantern or whatever it is that you are going to treat with oil is dry, because much like sticking to the oil, the steel wool dust will stick to where the moisture is left, which is typically in the corners, which is also the exact opposite of what you want to happen. As that steel wool dust is going to rust faster than anything, like almost within minutes. Okay, so let me go wash this up, and I'm gonna take the toothbrush along, because this Fresnel glass can't really get in there with a little scrubby, so you got to kind of get in there. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, well, okay. That cleaned up perfectly. No problems there. Now we can treat with some oil and put her back together. Nothing else needs to be done here. It's just a little workhorse showing its age, but hey. It's a beautiful old DIETZ Traffic Guard. All right, let's treat her up with some linseed oil. And you can hear shortwave going in the back. A couple of hams yapping it up, in case you're wondering what you're hearing there. And this will bring out a lot of character too in this aged paint here. This does not hide the flaws. It may even accentuate them. But depending on what kind of look you enjoy, as well as what kind of protection you want to offer your lantern. This is what you get. And this is what I love. I love this look. I love it showing its age, but I also like kind of just a dull sheen. Just a smooth surface. I think it's the sanitation part of me, you know, being a chef for decades. I always think about, you know, oh, the cutting boards that you cut chicken on, the cutting boards you cut vegetables on, the cutting boards you cut meat on. They all, you know, they're color-coded cutting boards. You know, so you know about cross-contamination and all this kind of stuff. So that's where my brain's at when I think of things like that. I was obsessed with a clean kitchen. Not necessarily obsessed, because I have seen chefs that are obsessed with clean kitchens, and I am nothing like them. But I always just like my areas to be clean. And I liked all the stainless steel around me to be clean. I like a nice, clean, shiny kitchen. I need it to look right for people that come in the kitchen that are not used to restaurant kitchens. You do not want them scared off at things, and also you don't want people getting sick. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. Got to follow the rules. All right. So, let's wipe her down. And this is going to look just great. Traffic guards are cool. I really wish I could see. I've yet to see in like movies or old pictures or anything other than ads. You know, an accident scene with traffic guards along the road or construction or something like that. We'll put the wick right back in there. This looks like it was burned with dry. Well, maybe got to cut a little bit of this off. It might be the end is a little hardened, so I'll try feeding it after I cut off a little hunk. Come on now, it wants to grab it, but I can't get it in there any farther. I'll give it my all. I don't think there's any problems in there. No, I just got to get it in there far enough. Maybe it's this wrong size wick. I don't think so, though. Come on now. All right, we got it. We got wickage. All right, excellent. This baby should fire right up, man. It already got the wicks already primed with kerosene. Okay. Oh, I see this. Yeah, okay. That's a little bent up. I'll put that in my vise and straighten it out a little bit here once I'm done getting this oily stuff off of here. Looking good, by the way. Lots of little corners showing a little wet. You don't want to leave linseed oil in the corners either, because they'll get caked up. Okay, let's see what I can do about this. Bale. All right, let me put it in the vise here. Hold on one sec. Okay, much improved. We are about at 98% improved. Okay. All right, I think we're done here. We got all our oiliness. Okay, it looks great. Looks just great. So, we can get this back in and re-wicked. I'll even leave that all kind of grimy. Okay, we have wickage. Excellent. Okay. Not a whole lot of parts to a traffic guard, and that's the best part. All right. Much improved. Okay, it look great. I'm glad where that paint came off under there is underneath there, and it helps add to reflectivity of the flame down there. But it's I'm very curious as to why that came off so quick. There are many cases where I could just pour a gallon of acetone on paint and it won't budge it. It just came right off. Wow, nuts. Okay, so that one's all cleaned up. Let's take a look at the other one I'm going to bring along. This one here is very interesting, and I have not done a whole lot of research into it. Hey, wow, it's heavier, a lot heavier. So, this here is a Consolidated Edison Systems jobber, DIETZ Traffic Guard jobber, and the cool thing about Consolidated Edison Systems that they got a lot of equipment companies to make gear for them. Edison is, it's an electric company, I do believe. Should be, shouldn't it? And apparently they did some pretty cool designs when they asked big companies like DIETZ and other companies to make them equipment with their names on there. And they did unusual designs, and you can already see the design differences. You got this big fat lip here as opposed to this little press down lip here. And also, there's no traffic guard here. So I'm assuming that this was a much lighter duty signal light, probably something maybe for indoors, in a hallway or something like that. So, and maybe that's why it's got a big soft edge. And the bottom, unusual, look at that. Compared to all these that are like that. So, isn't that weird? But it's immaculate. This thing is in immaculate shape. And we'll get this baby cleaned up and oiled up. So let's do that. Okay. Also has a different mechanism here too. As you can see, this one here's got the boop. This one. It kind of tells me that maybe this is a much newer version. What is that? Did it have an adjustment for the outside? I didn't notice that before. I have not looked this over well enough. What? Well, how about that? But something doesn't look right there. Wow, look, it's got a different looking burner. Wow, let's get that burner out and look at it. Yeah, but how? Is that right? I mean, obviously, somebody tried modifying that. Huh. Because, I mean, like, look at that. Yeah. Yeah, the burner looks different. That's crazy. Oh! I bet that 3/8? 3/8 wick? As opposed to the round wick. Ah. I had not noticed that. I'm sitting there holding it and I didn't even recognize that idea. But how the hell? Well, there must have been something on here. There's no room to put anything else through. Huh. How about that? Well, this doesn't need anything really. But I'll put a little 409 on there once I get it all over. And I'll take this and wash that. So, I'm telling you, this thing was barely used. Barely used. I wonder. Barely used or used correctly very few times. And of course, the inside of the tank in this thing looks spotless. Makes it easier to clean without the globe guards on there. Okay, and I'll take this over to the sink and we'll clean that. All right. Look at you cleaning up. Wow. Just a little 409 and a toothbrush. I wish I knew the story on this thing. I may want to do that today before taking these along. Maybe I want to hold on to this one. Wow, I don't even think I'm gonna need to oil this up. This paint's coming right back around once I buff it a little bit. It's got the paint's own shine there. Yeah, we're not gonna even need to oil this puppy up. This baby's beauties. I will put a little steel wool on the handle. Wow, I'm amazed. Can't figure out that whole burner bit though. That's interesting. What can I do? What can I do to make this work? You know what I mean? How was it done? How was it done before? Just kind of grab it with pliers? So this would have to go in there and under there. Interesting. I wonder if I can make that modification nicer. I bet you I can. I can grind that down. You know what? Why not? Let's grind her down. I'll show you what I mean. See those burrs? Just ridiculous. I think I can kind of make that look more custom. Get rid of them little crazy burrs there. I think I will grind those off and just kind of round that off so you can get some pliers in there, you know, because that just looks ripped open. So we'll see. Let me see if I can do that. All right, let's get my drill out. All right, let's see what bit will be best here. Well, that one's haven't been used in a while. All right, let's see what this does for us here. Okay, so that looks a million times more factory-like than it did, all ripped open like that. So it's better. What I think I'll do is, because I had put some fresh shiny marks in that, I'm gonna dull in that edge a little bit. I did just put some fresh shininess all over that. We don't want that, as this is not a fresh and shiny lantern. Yeah, okay, good. We dulled it up enough to look like it's been there a while. Perfect. All right, that's all we're going to do to that. I'm not going to take that any further unless I had a solution for the bayonet, which I do not. Do not know. I'm going to go do some research on that. But in the meantime, we'll get her all put back together here. See how it looks with its new hole there. Okay, that does look a million times better. Man, even that, it's not even lined up. I don't know why. Interesting. It's almost like they made lanterns out of mismatched parts. You know what I mean? Huh. I don't understand it, but maybe I will once I research it. I didn't have the time. This is a recent acquisition. All right, let me go clean this up, and we'll put it all together and take a look at it. Be right back. And there we have it, all back together. Very nice, all cleaned up. Got the glass in there. Very cool. These babies are ready to go, man. So we have a Consolidated Edison Systems jobber. Very cool. And yeah, so these babies are all cleaned up. This didn't do anything, just like scrubbing. This one, excellent shape. Love the patina and the paint. I love it both ways. I love original old paint that's clean, and I love stressed old paint. Original paint, that is. I hate rattle can paint. Hey, folks, that's going to do it for this quick old video. Thank you for stopping by the lab, and here is my, it's my 2 for Tuesday. How about that? All right, folks, thank you for stopping by. All right, quick follow-up as I packed this in the car to go show somebody. So I did go on and find a couple other lanterns like this with this deal here, with the bayonet. So apparently it had a flat end, like that's something you would grab onto with a pair of pliers. So it had a flat end, kind of like a flathead screwdriver end on it. I'm not sure what happened to the end here, but it certainly looks like the original burner. So that is real. And it is a real thing, not some kind of manufacturer flaw. So it's something that Edison Consolidated and asked them to do for them, for their jobber wares. And I did see a couple other electric companies that did the same thing. So DIETZ must have just had a certain type that they made for, maybe it's made for, like, partial indoor use, maybe. So that's why you don't need the guards. I'm not sure. And also the larger burner. So yeah, that's an interesting note for these things, is the burner size. That's pretty cool. Probably burns nice and bright. All right, that's it. That was just a little fill in here before the end of the video. And hey, don't you go changing.
We'll be back with the Magic Tunes for the Armada Room's 2-hour disco swing party after this short break. Till then, don't you go changing.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.